Hello, everyone. This is Elizabeth with Scott Leroy Marketing, and welcome to Designs 101. Today is September 10th, so if you are viewing the recording, some of the features may have changed. Today, we're going to start in Mozilla Firefox. So Designs works best in Firefox and also Google Chrome Incognito. So we always suggest using either of those browsers so that you can see the full functionality of command. And we're starting today in command, which is agent.kw.com. We'll enter our username. Capitalization does not matter. Maybe something like first initial, last name, maybe a number. Then enter our password, which of course is case sensitive. And click sign in. So briefly mentioning the settings, you can find all of the settings under your name in the top right corner. It's a little gear icon. And then on the left-hand menu, click Connect Settings to drop down that menu and click Marketing Profile. We do suggest making sure all of these fields are filled out, as this will syndicate to the Designs applet really nicely, so you don't have to always enter in this information time after time after time. Once you have the fields that you would like filled out, just click Save down here at the bottom. You'll get this little embedded pop-up saying it was successful, which you can then close and head to Designs. So Designs is the little icon with a paintbrush in a square. While you're still learning the name and placement of the applets, you can click the red square with the white KW in the top left corner to expand the name of the applets. And Designs is the third one from the bottom. Depending on how large your screen is, you may have to zoom out to see these last few. As I know, sometimes on smaller screens, it tends to cut it off. And again, we're headed to Designs. So if you haven't been in Designs recently, this may look a little different to you. You'll see you can search by the name of your design, which I'll show you how to name your designs. I always recommend naming them because it's really important to be able to search and kind of know what you're looking at. You can also filter by type. By default, your view is all types, but you can filter by email, pieces, social pieces, etc. You can also sort. By default, it is newest first. Of course, your screen may look a little different because these are the pieces that you have created with your account. So these are the pieces that I have created with my account. And then you can scroll to the different pages down at the very bottom center. Great thing about Designs is you can import PDFs to edit and use them in command. That would be with this import design which will also take you to my designs in the WeBrand editor. So I'll show you where that goes later. And then last but not least is create design. So let's click the big blue button in the top right corner. You'll see a little embedded pop-up here where you can choose what type of design you want to create. Email is mainly for smart plans and campaigns. Feel free to check out our marketing with command classes. That's where we'll go over how to create and use these email pieces. There's also a video choice to create a really nice neighborhood stats video to share with your consumers and clients. And today we're going to be starting with social and ending with print pieces. So let's select social. It'll highlight blue and click continue. Now, even though we're starting with a social piece, all of these features can be found in any template that uses the WeBrand editor. So these skills carry on from any type, any template. However, it's just how you use the editor. So when you first enter, you'll be defaulted to templates. You'll see the menu along the left with different headers that, again, you can click to drop them down. And we'll come back to this screen. The next tab over is My Designs. This is where you'll be brought if you click that Import Design button. So you can start from blank, just create a blank canvas to start working with. Choose from any one of the sizes that command has. Import PDF files. You can either click to upload or drag and drop your piece in here. Or you can use a pre-made template, and this will take you back to templates. And again, here is where you would see all of your designs that you have created. Here is where you can also organize them by creating folders, which is this button over here to the right. And folders will show up along the top here. So for instance, if you want to put all of your social pieces in a folder, or maybe organize them by just listed, just sold, coming soon, open house, whatever you'd like. Maybe holiday pieces, Facebook pieces. Third tab is going to be assets. So here is where you can upload your own color palettes for your business, your team, fonts, images. This is where we suggest putting headshots. You can simply upload by clicking the upload button in the top right corner. Text. Just any generally used text that you'll be using on pieces, name, your address, phone, email, commonly used pieces of text. Logos. Here you'll see I already have my Market Center logos uploaded. If you don't have them here, you can find them on KW Connect. Now that I'm signed in, this should actually show. Under the Resources tab, choose Marketing. Then choose the first tile, logos and branding. And about halfway down the page is where you can search for your Market Center name or number to download those logos and get them uploaded into Command. And there's that link in the chat for you if you need it. So I've put all of the different color schemes in here. Feel free to just do one or all. Elements is like clip art. So if you have specific ones for your team or group or business, you can upload them here. And then you'll see videos and files. Again, if you have common videos or files that you use and attach to different pieces, here's where you would put them. So heading back to templates, we'll find a piece and start creating. So I'm just going to go for listings, for sale. And now that we're in these categories, you'll see different buttons along the top. These narrow down what types of pieces you're going to be seeing. So again, this is the social type that we started from the beginning. So you'll see social wide, which is 1200 by 630 pixels. Social square, which is 1080 by 1080. And social stories, which is 1080 by 1920. Social wide's typically used for Facebook, social square for Instagram, social stories for either. But really, these are pretty interchangeable between the platforms. So social pieces, not so imperative that you choose the right category. But for this example, let's choose social wide. And that'll narrow it down to just the social wide pieces. And for this example, let's choose the first one and hover over it and click use. So once that's all done uploading, first I'm going to rename my design. I like naming with the property address and maybe an abbreviation for what type it is, like for sale, Facebook. Down in the bottom right corner, you'll see the red open pages menu bubble. I'm just going to click skip today because this is a social piece and we're not working with multiple pages. But if you were working with something like a listing presentation, buyer presentation, etc., you would just click this pages button in the very bottom right corner to expand the different pages in your design. And then you can also collapse by clicking the little arrows in the top right corner. So simply put, we're just going to update each of these pieces on the design. Let me zoom out a little bit. So you'll see a menu over here to the left where you can replace your images, text, etc. So first things first, let's change out the picture First, you'll click to select. Let's go over to KWLS. And there's actually several different ways to upload a picture. This is one. And then in the search box, you can search by listing address, MLS number, etc. I'm just going to stick with address and type in the address. And press enter. And find my listing and click select. And this will pull over all of the photos. And if you tab over to listing details, all of the text coming from the listing. So since we have our photo selected, choose your photo. And once you hover over it, you'll see three options. You can either add, which that is another way to add your photo, or replace, which is what we suggest. And the last one is use as background. So if you have one that you would like to use as the background, you can click this. But today, let's click replace image. And that'll put it really nicely within the cropped space for it already. Now you will see it will pop up to the top left of this selection. So I'm just going to double click to reposition. And once I click and drag it back to the center, looks good to go, click done. Now, if this image is coming out a little too grainy for you, you can always upload from your computer as well. So that's the third way to add images. You would just simply click images, go to add, and then click to upload. Next piece, let's change out the logo. So I'm going to click to select. And here's all of our office logos that we've added previously. Again, another great reason to add them at the beginning so you don't have to add them for each piece. And then I'm just going to click replace. Now you may have to do some editing. You can use the white circles to enlarge and click and drag around. Next, let's change out the address. Again, click to select. And we'll head to KWLS. And this time, listing details. You'll see property address is towards the top. So I'm just going to simply click the little two arrows to replace again. And you'll see that overwrites the default message. So you can click and drag to expand. And to edit, just simply double click and use your keyboard. Looks good. Now, when dragging these pieces around, you'll see grid lines pop up. These are helpful to center and align the different pieces within your design. So once you drag it to a certain one, it kind of snaps into place and you can release. Next, let's head over to the 3-bed, 2-bath piece. Now, there's actually two ways to do this as well. You'll notice the bedroom, bathroom count, square footage, and price is all in one field here. But over on the left-hand side, it's actually several different fields. You'll see 4, 3, square footage is up above, and price is even above that. So the first way to do this is to simply replace with one of them. And then add the others. So you'll notice you will have to add the rest of it though. 4 bed, 3 bath, and even the color. But if you want each of those pieces to have their own square, you could use that option. The other option I'll use down here for the year built. In fact, I moved that red square. Let me move that back. There we go. So the other way you can do this is just simply look at the text coming from KWLS. So in this case, year built was 2003. And simply double click to edit and type it in yourself. Again, we can resize all of these fields, snapping them to the grid lines to make sure they're all nicely aligned. Can even change this one here. And let's change the text alignment as well. There you have it. So now that this piece is done, you can download and put it on Facebook. You can use command to put it on Facebook. There's several different options. So now that we've added all of our pieces, I do always suggest saving yourself, saving manually. You will see the use autosave feature is checked on, but I always like to save. I've been burned too many times. And then in the top right corner is where you'll see download. You can download this piece as a PDF if you want to print. Oh, if it's going to let me. There we go. You can download as JPEG if you want to put it on Facebook. You can also use this in an email piece. So if you wanted to email this out to clients, you could. So several different options here. But now that we're done with this piece, we can click done to take us back to Command Designs. So this next piece that we're going to do together is a print piece. So again, we're just going to start with Create Design. And again, this time's print and continue. Yes, you can add your picture. You can either add it in your Assets tab under Images, or if you're already in a piece and don't want to have to back out and go to Assets, you can do it from the piece as well. And I'll show you that in here in just a moment. So now you'll see all of the print pieces. Again, you do want to pay attention to what type you are choosing. For our examples, let's choose flyers letter, which is an 8.5 by 11. But you'll also see door hangers, postcards, bifolds are where you fold it in half, trifolds, like a brochure. And then there's actually two different types of bifolds. You'll see one's vertical and one's horizontal. And you will also see different sections in different categories over on the left as well. For instance, if you go to listing presentation, you'll see booklets. So again, for this example, let's choose a for sale flyer. Oh my goodness. And we're going to choose the first one again, number 16 for sale flyer, and click use. Again, we're going to start out by renaming in the top center right. So this is a for sale flyer. And then you would just follow the same steps to edit all of these pieces on this flyer. So I'm going to select. Choose my listing over on the left. Listing details, property address, replace. So let's kind of flip these. So instead of replacing all of this, I'm just going to simply double click to edit and type. And square footage. And price. So you can either do it that way or the way before. Built in. Now, my favorite piece to replace is the description. You'll find the description at the very bottom. I'm going to zoom out one and replace. Because now you don't have to retype all of that text. You can change the size, you can move it around using the grid lines. Clicking the default headshot, I'm going to go back to images. And this is where you can add your headshot if you haven't already uploaded it to your assets. So images, add, and then click to upload. And then you'll see it down here. And this is where you can replace. Or you can head to My Assets and replace here. Another way you can replace these images, especially if it's not working, is you can drag and drop. Just like so. And for these smaller pieces, let me zoom in. Okay, so name. Remember, this is in our assets. So I'm going to go over to text on the left-hand side and then my assets, find my name and replace. Just that easy. Here's another field with phone, email, and app combined. So what I'm going to do is simply replace with one and then add my others. And they will add, if you do scroll and zoom, they'll add in the middle of the page. So you'll have to go kind of hunt for them. And then instead of app, I'm actually going to use my website. But app code is another thing you can add to your assets. You can triple click to highlight all. And of course, remember, you can change how it looks at the very top. So I'm going to change it to white. I'm going to decrease the font size and see if that matches a little better. Yep. You can also see by highlighting what the previous text is. So it's Oswald. So let's change that to Oswald as well. There we go. And do the same for my other pieces. White, decrease, even more. Oswald. There you have it. Change out the logo. Main reason why I add all of the different colored ones, because you never know what type of background it's going to be on. Remembering to use the grid lines to help you place this image. I know these are not aligned, but you get the picture. Make sure it snaps to it. And then last but not least, the pictures. So let's go select the main one. Go to KWLS. Go to Photos. And let's use this one for this piece. Again, it pops to the top left. So you want to double click to select and drag to reposition and click done. So that's one way you can do it. Another way is to drag and drop. And it looks like that one's being difficult for me at the time. Another way is to simply just click the plus to add image and resize it yourself and move it to where you need it. Like so. Let's try this one instead. Again, clicking the plus sign, clicking and dragging the corners to resize, and using the white crosshairs to move it around. I'm actually going to pull these out a little bit so you can see more. And let's get rid of this red box here. Maybe that's not going to be there. And done. So you'll see when I zoom out, our flyer is complete. Again, going to manually save just in case. Again, you can download as a PDF for printing. which you can then print at your personal computer, at your offices, nice printer, or even take it to somewhere like Staples or Office Max to have it printed. Now, with these single page print pieces, you can also order prints from command, have them printed with their printer, and mailed to you. That'll a new button you'll see at the top right. It'll pop out from this side. You can choose your country, thickness, paper stock, amount, and then you'll see the subtotal down at the bottom. Click continue. Step 2 is to review your design. So you want to make sure everything is within the bleed area and safe area. You want to double check all of these things. Download a proof to review, agree to the terms, and click continue. And then the third step is to finalize your order, where you'll enter your payment information and send it off. Of course, ordering the print from command is optional. You can simply print it yourself for free. And see, here's the details, shipping, payment method, and place order. Of course, you can also download this as a JPEG or PNG and pop it in an email, social media even. So love these design pieces and their versatility. And of course, their ease of creating. Done 2 pieces in 30 minutes. So last but not least, I did want to show you a few of the templates on our website. Our website is scottleroymarketing.com. Also placed it in the chat for you. First things first, you will want to log in to our website. You'll log in using your Market Center number or Market Center password, whatever your office has set up. If you don't know that, check the top of your MyKW home screen, which of course is just simply mykw.kw.com. And I'll type that in the chat. It's also the last couple of digits of your MCA's email address, the one that starts with KLRW. And it's also at the top of your Keller Cloud Setup Complete email. So a few places to find that Market Center password there. To find our templates, you'll go to KW Resources and then click Templates. I'll also pop this page in the chat so you can go directly there. At the very top, you'll see our step-by-step walkthrough of not only how to do what I'm about to show you is create the template or create the email signature, but then also upload it to your Gmail account to use as your email signature. Now, these email signature templates are single image blocks. They cannot support links, like you can't click to go to your email or website or Facebook. Only one link may be applied to the entire image after uploading your signature. So if you want the entire image to go to your website, you can do so, but you can't have the individual Facebook, Instagram, Twitter icons on there. Here are all of the templates that we have. So in our theme for today, you'll see for sale flyers here. Just listed, just sold, letterhead, moving to Keller Williams, open house, price reduction. So lots and lots of great templates for you to use. Why buy now? Why sell now? But for this example, let's open up email signatures. Now, to view these, you do have to be signed in to a Google account. This is either your personal Google account, or if you don't have one, your KW email address is a Google account. So you'll start by clicking sign in the top right, entering your email, press enter or click next, enter your password, press enter or click next. And now you'll be able to see these folders and templates. So for email signatures, you'll see we have them separated into modern, normal, vertical, and widescreen formats. So let's open a folder. And you'll see all the different types of templates we have. Let's open this modern signature number 1 just by double clicking. Now you'll see this is actually a Google Slides document, and it has 3 slides to this entire file. The first slide is the actual email signature. This is the one we're going to be editing. The second slide is a big red reminder that these are just single image blocks. They cannot have links on them. So they can't be hyperlinked to your website, email, Facebook, Instagram, etc. The third slide is a reminder to watch the video at the top of our page for step-by-step instructions on how to work all of this. Now, going back to the email signature slide, you'll see you can click these elements, but you can't edit them. That's because this is just a template. So what you'll need to do is click File, make a copy, and as long as you have the email signature slide selected, click Selected Slides. Now you'll also see in the background here, the permissions is view only. Do not request edit access because we won't be able to give you edit access since these are just templates. What you'll want to do is skip over that bright yellow button, click File, make a copy, Selected Slides. Rename your piece and click OK. So essentially, we're just going to do the same thing as command, just replace all of these pieces with our own information. Starting with the picture, there's a few ways to do this. You can either right-click, replace image. There we go. and then upload from computer. Or you can also use the replace image button at the top, then upload from computer. So let's see if I can find my headshot easily. There we go. Now, if your headshot doesn't come in perfectly, like this one is a little off center here, you can reset image, which is the little icon with a half an image with an arrow. And that will revert the image back to how it originally is sized. So then I can enlarge and then crop how I like. Enter to apply. Next is our name. Oops. Next is our position. The R in a circle shortcut is Alt 0174 for PCs. Phone number. Email. Address. And of course, if you'd like to change the logo, you can as well. Again, you can right click, replace image, upload from computer, or use replace image at the top. So let's choose this one and see how this one came out. It's very oddly cropped. So I'm going to click reset image and then resize myself. And this one I don't have to crop. And again, using the grid lines to center and align it perfectly. Now, a few more things you can edit. Let me zoom out just a hair. Nope. Well, good enough. So you can edit the background of this email signature. If you don't like this black, you can click to select. You can click the fill color. You can either do a solid color or even a gradient. Let's choose that one. Nope, I chose white text. Let's choose that one. You can change the font color, which is going to be this A here. Of course, you can change the text as well, the font. So let's make this one You can also change the size. So let's correct this and make it look a little better. There we go. And once you're satisfied with this image, click File, go to Download, and normally you would choose JPEG, but we like to take one additional step in order to make sure that this image comes out as clear as possible. So we suggest downloading the PDF version. And here in Firefox, once this is downloaded, we'll see it in the top right corner. And now I'm going to go to PDF to jpeg.net. Again, I'll pop this in the chat for you. This is a really nice online converter that we use to change PDFs to JPEGs. First step, click Choose a PDF file, the big blue button in the center. Find where you downloaded it, double click to open. Step 2 is to change good to excellent over on the right-hand side, still in the middle though. And step 3 is to click Convert PDF to JPEG, the big blue button in the center. Once that has been processed, you'll see the green banner at the top of the screen where you can then click Download. And then you can add that to any Google, well, any platform really, doesn't necessarily have to be Google, email signature. So if you'd like to know that step, check out that video back on our templates page on our website. I know I didn't mention this earlier, but if you'd like to know how to add the social piece to Facebook, check out our Facebook Ads 101 class. We also have a print marketing class coming up at the end of this month. And I have mentioned this one, the regular marketing class for using email in designs. Of course, if you guys have any questions about anything I went over today or anything else at all with Command, feel free to reach out and we will help you as soon as possible. Thanks for joining and hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.